Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team. We're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Tar Heels will kick it away to start us off. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. From the gun, the ground game. Turns it on in midfield. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains and they're set up at the 41. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years. at Florida State, and you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years, you got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Hey, even those balls that are thrown near the line of scrimmage, they're going to the running backs and to the tight ends, those small passes can go for big gains. Great job getting the mitts up in the air and deflecting that football.
Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Lopez to pass. Working that left side now. Open space at the 25. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Leaves it with the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has. So nice job defending it.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
The Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
2nd down, he'll throw it. A third down try for the offense. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Gonna take a shot. Pulls it in inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Florida State.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And here's the return. The coverage team maintains its discipline, not much doing on that return. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Here comes the heat. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Lopez wants to fire. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, final.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Tar Heels moving quickly to the line.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Seminoles! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly to the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Lopez to pass. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
Tar Heels line up to punt it away. A quick timeout called by the kicking team here. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Taylor. Finds a little space. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? One final play before the end of the quarter. Back has it. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. From the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Slings it downfield. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And they'll mark this one at the 15-yard line. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Lopez wants to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got him. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
Just keep slinging it. Under fire. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Grab near the marker. It's Taylor. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
That's caught. It's Taylor. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down if they don't. Lopez to pass. Still looking, on the move. Makes the grab on the left. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. The Tar Heels will hustle to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Schiff.
Boy.
Touchdown, UNC! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. On the run, it's Baker. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. So they dial up on second and a long way to go. Back to pass. Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all. Now facing a 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. They'll send the back in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Lopez wants to fire. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Looking to fire. Snagged out of the air. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Under fire. A little screen to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Taylor. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Now, that's exactly your job when you're a defense. You know, they're going to make throws. They're going to make catches. I got to get them on the ground. I got to limit the yak, the yards after the catch. Nice job breaking on the football, getting the wide receiver on the ground.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. They get to him as he throws.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it! All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, no! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the 2nd half to get some stops.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Purdue is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Purdue, Pete, isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over the Red Hawks of Miami. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Lopez to pass. Fires to the wideout. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that, you're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Makes the grab, it's shift. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's going for a big play downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll try it over the left side. Oh, he's got some space. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Noles will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
Wide open downfield. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Lopez wants to fire. Here's the pressure. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
How about the big fella? not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of Aaron. It was like he was almost surprised he had the football, just start rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for him.
And he's wrestled to the ground. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always open.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Going for the marker on the ground. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball, too. You could see there right after the third down play, looking at his sideline, saying,
oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. No, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good
that fumble was BS, yeah.
Play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And the Knowles look to keep this drive humming. On the option. Now the toss. He's going for the goal line. Sweet spin. Touchdown, Florida State. And the pummeling has started. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
It looks like the offense just had the defense confused on that option play. Nobody accounting for the pitch man. The running back able to walk in.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
North Carolina, 7.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Carolina has him back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Lopez to pass. They're working that left side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working on the right. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. That was a really well-run route on the curl to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth.
There he goes. He's at the 10, and he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, North Carolina.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now we have a 2-possession game. quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Favors. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This lead that they've been working with is dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Quick shovel pass. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Yeah, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. The big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Seminoles will punt this one away. And it'll be down right there. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Lopez wants to fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and this is the day he would want to forget. This is the day he wished didn't exist. It's been miserable. You've already thrown 2 interceptions. You just tried to throw your 3rd, but the defense didn't cooperate. But get those feet set before you try to throw the football.
Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble. On first down from their own 22.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
At the 40, there he goes. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And the Tar Heels in the hurry-up.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
To the air on second down. Shoots it to the left. It's complete. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Caught behind the line. It's Taylor. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. We've We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So the final period starts with a second down play. Holds and fires complete to the right. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
With the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And they pay off the drive with a touchdown run, but what a drive. Almost the full length of the field, 98 yards. That's how you put a drive together when you're backed up on your own 2-yard line and get 6.
It's complete to the left. He's into the end zone, and we've got a one-possession game in the fourth quarter.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Florida State offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
The Seminoles just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this fourth quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this fourth quarter.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Gives it on the option. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Lopez to pass. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Seminoles. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
I'm surprised you didn't get me with it all game. I thought you was gonna get that one too. He jumped it.
With the ball in his hands. Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down.
He started cooking. I had to sit up a little bit. He started cooking.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State is piling up the points here today. They've opened up a massive lead in what's shaping up to be the kind of blowout neither side will soon forget. They're up by 21 over Louisiana Tech. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates you'll see in here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick six. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
The Tar Heels want to crank the tempo. To the ground with the back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Lopez wants to fire. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dope. They'll try to power their way ahead. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. And the Tar Heels have their offense in high gear. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
To give as they work on that clock. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. At midfield, he's got room. Racing to the right. The tag. Touchdown, Noles. And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
And I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Manning. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Lopez to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit. Just not enough of that today.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Takes a hit as he fires. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Fine play action. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.
That's a nice job by this defense, getting in the backfield quick. They got in there so fast, anticipating pass on 3rd and long, but they reacted so well to the run, get the tackle for a loss, and now probably going to force the punt here.
Business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.